Sex Party with your host, Dustin Rybka.
Hello, welcome to Sex Party. I'm your host, Dustin Rybka. With me on the show this week is mainstream adult star and OnlyFans creator, Asteria Jade. It's a name you're hearing a lot of in the industry, adult industry, creator industry, all over social media. She has not done a ton of interviews, and we have her here on Sex Party this week. We get into her being a hardcore dom and how that led to super hardcore extreme kink play. Think amputee things. She is one of these performers who is very rare, who walks in both worlds. She does the regular boy girl kind of porn, but then also she's sort of a dark vampire queen of the damned, who does a bunch of horror porn, who has a bunch of demon-esque qualities to her. What kind of horror porn genres has she done? Has she been hentai'd, parasited? Has she played a vampire, a zombie, a witch? We get into all of these things. Her going from not really enjoying anal at all to then having a life-changing anal orgasm thanks to her partner, where she prefers the cum shot. It's not where you're expecting, trust me. Her wildest OnlyFans request. And at the end of the episode, I ask her for her top 3 all-time favorite horror movies. Asteria Jade is a performer to watch. She's very exciting. This interview is a ton of fun. So without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with Asteria Jade.
This week's conversation.
Asteria Jade, welcome to Sex Party. How are we feeling?
Good. How are you doing?
I am doing, I'm doing well, actually. I've been chugging sugar-free Red Bull and these little, well, I only did one of these, like these little Magic Mind shots. They're not a sponsor. They're probably...
I feel like you just threw that in there as a sponsorship.
No. They're honestly like, I just started... I haven't been drinking alcohol in a while, and like take a little break before XBiz Miami.
Oh, there you go. You have to. I mean, it's Miami.
Yeah.
That's going to be like a 3-day long party.
Yeah.
That's where they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you going or no?
Oh, I'm going. Yeah, I will be there.
Okay, so yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I just needed a little break, and so like I saw these little shots, and they're like all natural or whatever, and like so it has nothing to do with alcohol, but I needed something to like
that happy medium.
Yeah, it's kind of like
California sober.
Well, this is like more for like concentration and focus, but it's like if we're not going to be slobbery drunk, let's be focused and like concentrated.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
focus.
Yeah, I needed something, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone has to have their vice, right?
Yeah, and then this one's like full of like L-theanine and vitamins, so we're good.
What is L-theanine? Is that like an element on the elemental chart?
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so we were chatting a little bit before we started. You said today is a very rare day off for you.
Yeah, a nice day off. I feel like I'm always doing something lately. I don't know. Either I'm shooting or I'm shooting for someone or I'm shadowing for a set or I'm doing liaison work.
Yeah.
It's been nonstop, or like creating my own stuff. So it's been nonstop, piling up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, before we jump like head first into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the future version of me has promoted this to high hell, like everybody. So they're here, they're ready to roll, and I would imagine a large part of the audience are Asteria Jade fans. They're Asteria Jade acolytes, right? They're
the cult of Asteria.
Yeah, the cult of Asteria. Possible episode title already. Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'll give you some episode title.
Oh yeah, I'm counting on it. Yeah.
Okay.
there's one that I hope we get to, and if we get to it, I'll have my editor put a big fucking whatever. Anyway,
I'm excited for that. Whoa.
Yeah. Before we get to any of this,
no pressure. He said. Sorry,
well,
pressure.
To be honest, like in full transparency, I guess before the introduction, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I met at AVN. We probably met at XBiz or X3 or something. I don't remember.
Most likely we bumped into each other or something,
Yeah. I interviewed you on the red carpet for AVN. It was a fun interview. So we've met in person. We've been trying to make this happen for a while. We're finally here. And you said something during that interview that I was like, oh, that'd be a sick episode title. Let's try to fucking see if we can work that in. So now
it's all coming back.
The challenge is on me. Okay. So okay. So all of your cult members are in the audience and they're like super excited. They're like, dude, shut the fuck up, right? Shut up. We want to hear her talk. For those people who might be in the audience and don't know who you are, could you introduce yourself, talk about who you are, what you do, what you're about, all of it?
Okay, awesome. We'll take it away. I have been doing dom work for a decade now. I started out on OnlyFans, and I guess it sort of started in person. I was sort of doing like sugar baby stuff, but like not with sex. It was more like old men would just give me their money. Like I always said it was like I had a profound sense of luck because like I would always be really clumsy, but like old men would trade me money for like other shit. So it was a trade-off for the universe. And then like I realized because one of my friends was like, you're really intimidating. Like you have this aura where like people don't approach you. And like that usually falls into line with like dom work and stuff. Have you ever considered doing dom work? And at the time, like I hadn't. And I looked into it and I did my research and I really liked what I saw. So I started doing some dom work. And it just really like, it went from 0 to 100 very quick with like hardcore kinks and stuff. So I got pulled into fetish work very quickly. I'd say probably 2 years in, I was doing more hard limit kinks. And I had a profound sense of like situational awareness to help me with that. So, I've been doing dom work like that for a while. Do a lot of like, I would say kink therapy where because I have my minor in behavioral psychology, I go and I help people with unhealthy kinks sort of take a pathway towards a safer route of experimentation with a lesser form of that kink, sort of. I paint, I create film. I'm currently co-directing for Mean Bitches. Let's see, it's so much shit right now. I do everything. I collect swords. I love film. I have a named Potato. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, this is gonna be. I mean, you already said like at least 4 things that lit my curiosity part of my brain on fire. So we're already there.
I have lived a life full of lore.
Yeah, the Asteria Jade lore is deep.
It is. It runs very
deep and thick.
Deep and thick, for sure. There's another title for you. I'm telling you, you're just rolling off the tongue.
Yeah. Well, I need help. No, okay. So mental health. So okay. So first thing that jumps out to me is, well, okay. You said unhealthy. You would help people deal with unhealthy kinks. What qualifies as an unhealthy kink? Let's get deep in the weeds on this because this is really fascinating.
Absolutely. So I'm not one to kink shame. I've seen so much stuff. I wouldn't say I've seen it all because, I mean, as Socrates said, you know nothing. But I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff and I've seen a lot of unhealthy things such as amputee kinks where if someone were to do this to themselves, they could put themselves in harm's way and they could possibly end up, unalive. So
Right. Yeah.
you have to definitely like watch that, because it's like those can lead people down dark paths, and there's other kinks, you know, that stem from like childhood stuff, and you just safely guide them towards healthier routes with that, such as with like an amputee kink, you can just lead them towards like blood play or maybe knife play, just softly, so it's not as rough or as dangerous, because some of these people really want, and they associate that with sexuality or sensuality, you know? And it's one thing to fantasize it, but they want that action. They want it to be acted upon. So, yeah.
Yeah, and like you and I talked about blood play on the red carpet, and we talked about like how cool it is, right? But you never want it to be a blood bath.
Right, you don't. So it's like very important to know the limit, and that's where situational awareness is so important, and that's why we need highly educated and aware doms, and why you need people on set that are very situationally aware, and they can observe every bodily reaction, and they know where all your so it's like, this is a very extreme hardcore kink. So it is something that you actually have to be educated on. So you have to make sure you have experience, and you have to make sure, you know, you're not just like a serial killer.
Yeah, because it will become a bloodbath.
It sure will.
Yeah, I need you to say the word bloodbath.
Bloodbath for sure.
Okay. Okay. To my editor, please put like a winner alarm, like you know, beeping, whatever, go crazy. Okay, stop. The bloodbath was what I had in mind for a title, but
I like that. No, that's perfect. It is. It can't be a bloodbath though, because I've seen things. Because some of my clients will send me images or videos from other things, just displaying the kink they want fulfilled, and it's just like, that is a bloodbath at that point. We cannot safely exhibit that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also too, like, is there a type of, like, what body part is most commonly wanting to be amputated? So like, what is there?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Is it always the dick?
About like 98% of the time, it's the dick. They want.
So do they? Oh God! Do they want to do it, or they want to have you do it in the fantasy?
They want me to do it.
Okay. Where do you? Okay, using your intelligent psychological brain, as you know, that you're educated in psychology and in psychiatry, and then that side of it, right? But also as a sex worker, if you combine those two, right? Where do you think that sort of fantasy comes from for a person?
Okay, so you asked me my favorite question, because I love to source this for people. I love to let people know, because it helps people understand things so they don't view people as harshly, you know, because I think the first thing we do is judge people in situations like this. And a lot of that stems from them being judged for this, you know? And I think that for the amputee kink, it might just be a more severe form of self-harm. It can stem from like a multitude of things. Maybe they're unhappy with, you know, their sexual performance, or maybe even they're older and, you know, they're not as functional as they used to be. It's sort of like, some of them want to be emasculated in that way. So, I mean, it can be DL people. It's a variety of things, but it definitely, like, I hate to see it always said that it's stemmed in sexual deviancy, because it's not always. Sometimes it really is not. It's just a different form of them coping, you know?
Yeah. So what do you think, like, I mean, and everyone's not going to be the same, obviously, but obviously there's a lane here. There's a track that people end up in where they have a fantasy about. And so what do you think in their upbringing, or like, what do you think triggers that? What kinds of things would trigger that sort of kink in a person?
I think a lot of it actually comes from their adult life. Like, some of it can stem from their childhood. Like, I've noticed the feminization in the men who really want it because they are DL, trans feminine men. I think that a lot of it can stem from their adulthood and just their unhappiness with like isolation factors, or maybe their dating life. Sometimes it's because they have too many children, even, I've seen. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, not
Yeah.
to kink shame, because it's like, that's something that you can talk down, because obviously it's such an extreme action. Not very many people are ever going to follow through on that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it definitely is still a very present and active kink. So it's something that does always shock me when it's brought up. Still to this day, when it's brought up, in the graphic nature in which they bring it up, it still shocks me a little bit, because it is an extreme kink for sure.
Oh my God, yeah. Jesus. So how much does it get much more extreme than that?
No, it doesn't. I mean, when you lose your dick, you lose your dick.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. It's a one-sided coin. Like, once you can't get off again. Like, once you whatever.
Right, and I think that might be part of it, is the separation of that body part. It alleviates some of their masculinity altogether, and that alleviates some of a lot of responsibilities, due to the fact that masculinity is a lot of on anyone's shoulders, So
yeah.
I think that's where it ties in too.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait, because I have a question I ask everybody. Well, I have a couple questions that I ask everybody on the show, and we're gonna get to them later in the episode, and that just makes what I'm gonna ask you later so much more interesting. I was set on Bloodbath for a title coming in, but you know what? The Cult of Asteria Jade is really kind of doing it for me. So we'll have to see which way this episode goes. Could be a bloodbath.
Hey,
or
one of my amazing fans gave me that idea. He totally made me a poster and everything, and I was like, that's good. That's real good. Huge Cthulhu fan, so.
Yeah, well, I think you are a very interesting artist and performer, because I think you have this unique duality where sometimes, and I think this is just from my podcast fucking Swiss cheese brain, so we're gonna do the best we can here, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't insult yourself in front of me ever again.
Well, sometimes it's just words form, and anyway, so basically, like, you have this sort of this thing about you where sometimes you are the dark-haired porn star, little bit of rock and roll, in a bikini doing the damn thing, whatever. And then other times you're sort of like this queen of the damned, vampire queen sort of thing. So I love that you have that duality. And so I guess
queen of the damned.
Do you realize, like, you get cast for things, I'm sure, where it's okay, this time around we want you to be like the porn star that's doing this and this, then other times
I definitely get that duality of casting. It's really funny to go back and forth, because it'll happen like same like week where I'll go from like a Parasited set to like Team Skeet Teeny Bopper, and you're just like okay, well, the duality of man, You're just like, okay. Parasites on someone earlier this week, now I'm in pink.
Do you enjoy doing both?
I like the duality of it. I think it allows me to expand as a performer, I think it also, unfortunately, discredits me in some people's eyes as an alt performer, because I do have a more mainstream acceptable look, and because I do get more mainstream shoots, I think that sometimes people forget that I do have this alternative identity, But luckily, like, a lot of directors remember that, and I feel like most of my castings, I mean, I've been in a vampire lesbian movie where we made out with like and I've been like casted as Jennifer in Jennifer's Body, like so many like demon roles. I've been like an occultist. I've been so many like good alternative witchy demon roles that I can't complain. I get my alternative identity across, and I feel like I put my foot in the ground about that for sure.
Well, I think it's personally, again, just coming from me and how I kind of view the industry and see, you know, whatever, and a bit of a marketing brain in here too. I think you're fucking winning on both sides of the coin, because, you know, not many people, there's a lot of people who are mainstream and they, you know, they do a lot of mainstream stuff and they do a lot of like Team Skeet or like Shoplifter or like whatever stuff, like, you know, mainstream scenes, but then they'll go over and they'll do a hentai scene or a parasited scene and it's a big fucking deal, right? But for you, you walk in both. So I think that's,
I love that. It's so like, it really, you know, I have a lot of, I didn't, when I first entered this industry, know anything about porn. So it's been like a journey, and I feel like I've gained icons that I look up to for sure. And like most of them had duality, you know, Sasha Grey. And like, I feel like girls like Sasha Grey allowed you to have that like middle path, you know, where it was like you could be this performer that was doing these mainstream scenes that were really heavily acceptable, and then you would also be doing these horror movies or something on the side, you know, like, because so many of these girls, especially in this generation of porn stars, they are full of duality. Like, they are so talented, they are so funny, they have so much going for them. They remind me of like old school 1800s courtesans, how you had to know harpsichord and you had to be educated and you had to know poetry and you had to be able to paint. So honestly, that's how our modern day porn stars have been lately. So
I think that's
really cool to see.
Yeah, that's a really astute fucking point, because I mean, humans are complex, you know, and I think the more we get into you know, like the further along we get like into porn, like you talk about storylines and shit, right? How like storyline porns are like such a big role now for the written sort of or whatever, right? Or the mom or the vampire or whatever, where it's they're weaving this sort of tale of just above the line of unbelievability, and so it's like just believable enough. And I think duality plays a huge role in that. I think as we realize how complex we are as humans, we're wanting porn to reflect those complexities back, you
I
know?
think so, because we're seeing more stuff like what Ricky Greenwood's putting out with the hentai franchise and everything, and we're seeing more horror porn come into light, seeing a lot more storyline porn like Seth Gamble is making, and Vixen's making more Deeper is making more storyline porn, you know? So I think that storyline, you know, whereas we used to skip it just to jerk off to the video, now we're actually like, wait a second, is that storyline kind of good? And it's cool to see. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, and so, well yeah. Two, I feel like there's so much porn available, whether it's just like, you know, OnlyFans or like people like jerking off to Instagram or whatever. And then, you know, obviously Pornhub, all the things, and people who purchase their porn, please keep doing that. But also,
But yeah, the
please keep
market
doing
is oversaturated, so you have to be able to stand out. You really do.
Yeah, you nailed it. And I think to have a storyline where it's like, wait, are they gonna fuck? And if they do, what's it gonna look like? Then you kind of like are in it, and that delineates from just
right, the immersion. And that's where you get into like VR porn and how immersive everything is getting, because now you really are taking people and putting them into the room and the experience. And I feel like the more immersive porn can adapt to be, the more successful it will be in the future. So honestly, I think we will see a retreat into sensual porn, into more intimate porn, into VR porn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this, I mean, and honestly, let's be real, like, unless you're like, you know, unless you just fucking realize that you're a sexual, like, we need a little bit more to get off to, like, just jerking
Yeah.
off to like a picture or something. Like, you might be able to do that when you first start out,
Yeah,
but
yeah, maybe when you're first starting out, but I think once you
yeah,
discover social media and you see how many attractive women there are in this world, like and men, I mean, it's
sure.
a lot. It's a lot of people that are attractive in this world, and it's definitely a lot of sexuality on the internet,
Hmm.
and that's just in safe for work stuff. That's not even in our
Yeah.
space, which is
Yeah. And like,
crazy.
yeah, which is absolutely
Because
nuts.
we're the
Yeah.
ones that
Yeah.
get discriminated against for it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay. Speaking of which, there is like a lot of like Instagram is having a fit again, like whatever.
Yeah, everyone's getting deleted.
I know, I know. Are you currently marked safe from that, or have
Oh
you
my
had like
gosh.
your issues
So
with?
I was actually on my way to a browser set the other day and I was so excited and I looked up my phone and Instagram had deleted my account. I go and send a complaint, file a whole complaint, and
Mhm.
they give it back to me like 3 hours later. But I definitely had a mini panic attack about it because I was just like, okay, here we go again. Like, we're so used to this that, like, the blunt of the force of the cancellation of your Instagram account is
Yeah.
so regular. And you just have to rebuild it, I guess, because nowadays, like, companies actually look at your social media following in order to hire you. So it can affect your work getting this taken away from you. It really can affect your work so much more than people realize.
Well, first of all, fucking same.
Mhm.
Because I was sitting on my couch and someone texted me and they're like, "Hey, dot dot dot," and I was like, "What's up?" And they said, "Is your Instagram gone?" And I like had the, because
The
it would
heart
be the second.
palpitation.
Yeah, my heart like disappeared, like it was like gone, like it like shot out my foot, like it just dropped,
Right.
and uh, my foot,
Is that where your heart's located in your feet?
my heart shot out my ass.
Out of your
So
foot. No,
yeah,
I like it. Out of your foot's a way better expression, honestly.
okay, we'll go with that because it sounds so weird too. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
um, and then it rolled across the floor, and so I went and I like did the thing where you pace around,
Mhm.
and I was like, and I like filed a fucking appeal and I was like preparing, okay, what are my next steps?
For
Da,
the
da, 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 da.
words, right.
And then you get the email like, sorry, we messed up. And I'm like,
Right.
you know,
So, and I'm like, you're damn fucking right. You messed up. Like, you just start yelling at that email. You're like, you fucking asshole.
you motherfucker. Oh yeah, dude.
It's
It's
pissed me off
bad.
so it's so bad. It's taken out so many people's accounts lately. I've just seen like person after person that I know get obliterated.
I know.
It's
Yeah, not in a good way.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, speaking of obliteration, so you have the Dommy mommy side to you,
You do?
Okay, are you also like a switch? Are you also like submissive? Is it a just for work thing? Is it a like whatever? Tell me
Um,
all of it.
I feel like it depends because, like, for a partner, I feel like I can be more submissive if he
Yeah.
has or if she has the right, like, tone about them, if they can make me submit, kind of.
Hmm.
But mostly for work, I like to be dominant. I mean, if the role doesn't require that, I'm obviously not gonna take someone and like start choking them mid scene. Like mid scene. But like if the role calls for it, I'm most likely going to be a dom. I prefer it. I shine as a dom. It just
Yeah.
comes more naturally to me. I feel like my submissive roles have been few and far between and I haven't gotten to enjoy them because I was with a less experienced dom than I would have wanted. So it was sort of like
Right.
I don't care to volunteer myself for them anymore?
Yeah. So when you shoot for someone like Team Ski,
Mhm.
so that then is it more of just like a mutual we're fucking kind of thing if there's not really a dom sub thing happening?
Yeah, I feel like it's just a typical like boy girl situation. Like Team Skeet,
Yeah.
I feel like I've never really had any hardcore sex on Team Skeet, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely more typical boy girl.
Yeah. Okay. So mainstream, there really isn't a lot of submissive scenes where like someone's just like doming you out.
I think not, probably. I mean, I would say my anal scenes are about as hardcore as I go towards submissive. And
Okay.
that's all performance anyway. So it's like anal, you're going to get a good performance out of me because it's all performance. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right.
Well, that's what that's what makes you so versatile, I think. And like the fact that I even just asked you that, like, are you kind of a switch? And you're like, there really isn't an answer because you sort of said, well, if a partner can bring that out of me, sure, but
Right.
to this point, it's kind of been hit or miss or whatever or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I guess the switch, but honestly, it's if you can bring it out of me and you can create that environment for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you prefer to be more dominant or like when you shoot stuff, it's a performance anyway. And ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't mean she's not enjoying it if it's a
No, that does not
performance.
mean that, because for real, I do enjoy every scene that I've been in with like a few exceptions. I really have enjoyed so many scenes. So performance just means that I am able to put a little seasoning into it.
A little slap your mama seasoning into it.
Exactly. We don't want it to look like I'm just
Yeah.
zombied out.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can really tell too when someone's just fucking punching a clock. It's really not.
Right. And I look, I'm gonna own a production studio in the future. I don't want that. I want people who are enthusiastic about doing this, you know? I've always said I myself, I'm not a huge slut, but God, do I love slut. So cool. How amazing that they can embrace their sexuality in such a cool way. Like, I think it's a wonderful thing, you know, and I love when they exhibit that very enthusiastically. I love seeing the performance of someone being a slut.
Yeah. Who doesn't? We all.
That's what we're all
we all.
do.
I mean, honestly, sluts make the world go round. I don't care what anyone
They
says.
do. People don't realize how much sluts make the world go round, but they really do. They always
Yes. Another possible episode title realm we're in.
Ooh,
so, I mean, you're just like
into them.
You're just. I mean, you're feeding them to me
for all your titles. I got you. Just send the episode to me. I'll be like, here you go. List the title.
You don't have time to watch that many episodes.
I'll like program them into my dreams somehow.
Yeah.
Watch them in my dreams.
Well, I can astral send them. So while you're dreaming, you get.
Hey, they're working on that tech with all that dust stuff. They're gonna put
Jesus.
They're freaking turning the frogs gay.
There's a lot going on.
There's so much.
I know. Just bring the aliens out already, please. God.
Honestly, bring the aliens on. I would do ungodly things to get probed by aliens.
Okay. Which is perfect. And the other thing you're great at, we're finding out, is podcast transitions, because I'm not even making them. You're making them for me. Okay.
Watch you.
We talked about hentai
subjects.
I know that you did a parasited scene because you told me so. So first of all, I think, and I'm going to let you do it because they don't want to hear me talk, but can you talk about that whole world of porn where it's the parasited, it's the hentai, it's the zombie, the plants, the all that stuff, the horror kind of side of porn, because it's really taking off. There's nobody better to talk about it than you.
I'm so honored. Thank you. So there's a lot that goes into production for this stuff. You have to be on long sets. You have to be willing. This is to the actresses that want to get into this too, because you have to be willing to learn lines. be on sets for long hours. Like these are 13-hour days, and sometimes they go into second days. So you're going to have to be able to handle sensory issues, which I have sensory issues. And this is why I say, like, I am a performer to my core, because I will push all of that aside just to make the scene happen, because I love it so much. Like, I truly, truly love this era of horror porn. I want to see more. I want to see so much out of this. So, but anyway, there's a lot of slime for Parasited. If you go on, you're going to be, they take like this, it's splendid. And then, I mean, I've been on sets where we really use like fake blood. I don't know. There's something really wonderful about just making out with blood all over you. That whole visual, and like, just, I'm here because I have this weird fetish for watching people's faces when I make their skin crawl. It's like, I really love watching people's skin crawl. Not in a bad way. I mean, in like a, you know, when you go and see your first horror movie that really stuck with you because you were like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck was that, you know?
Yeah.
And then you'll see another one like down the line, and another one and another one, and it like catapults into you really loving these graphic horror movies, you know? I really love doing stuff like that. I already do stuff like that with my fetish work, and I've gotten to see people's skin crawl, you know? I've showed my friends VR of me. Don't ever bring this to my house again. Like, you know, so,
get out.
I know, that's my weird fetish. Like, I really enjoy watching people just sort of get that crawl where you're like, ooh, you know, that backrooms SCP chill, you know, something's uncanny here.
Yeah, something's not right, and I can't put my finger on it.
Right.
Yeah, I love that too. And there's this like some account I follow. It's like a horror account where it's like a girl, and it's just like these weird creatures behind her, and she has like this insane face she makes. Her eyes are like bugged out, and her mouth is like that big or whatever.
Shit.
It's so freaky, but I'm like, it's like cocaine to me. It's like, give me another hit.
Same way. Yeah, no, I love stuff like that. Those mini creators, or even the bigger creators. There's a girl, Savannah Moss or something. She does like these fever dream videos, and they're not really horrific, but they are very off-putting, because you're like, this really feels like a fever dream. And I've always said, like, fever dream porn, why hasn't it been made? Someone's fucking, and then suddenly you're making a glass of orange juice, and you're like, how did I get here, you know?
Okay, so why don't you go write and direct that and star in that and go win all the awards next year? Because
I probably could do that too. It'd be something.
Dude, you doing a fever dream porn where like it's like the most intense orgasm someone's ever had, and then they're making a glass of orange juice, like that's,
and they like flash in between coming to that, and then like that, it would be so good. People would be like, what the hell? And do it in VR too. If you do that in VR, it'd be horrific. You're literally like just having a fever dream at that point. I might have to put on like warnings. You're not actually in a fever dream. You're safe.
Oh yeah, and you know what? You know how people like watch The Wizard of Oz with Dark Side of the Moon? Like you can queue up Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Oh yeah. Yeah. So if you watch Wizard of Oz, the MGM lion growls 3 times in the beginning. On the 3rd growl, start Dark Side of the Moon, and the music will go with the movie perfectly for like the first 67 minutes or something.
What?
Like, yeah, like the lunatic is on
this tonight. Like,
oh, dude,
I have to see this.
Okay, so for
and I've never heard of this lore.
Oh my God, yes.
Floyd band too. What the fuck?
They beat the band up like, did you guys do that on purpose? Was it on in the studio when you recorded, whatever? But like, you know, this in the beginning, like where they're like the lunatic is on the grass or whatever, like that's the scarecrow dancing on the grass. Like it's so uncanny. It's so like on point, right? So if you do, yeah, you have to check it out. if you do fever dream porn, people, I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice. But that being said,
taking your advice anyway.
Yeah, you could
Who needs
take your
doctors anymore. This is 2026.
Yeah, we've got peptides. It doesn't matter. We don't need you. I have a peptide stack. Leave me alone.
Peptide for that.
Yeah. Maybe that'll help the amputee porn people later. Anyway,
I'm dead.
okay. So they could put on your fever dream porn, pop their melatonin, pop their sleeping pill, and then watch it. Could be a little Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
You're a genius. I need you on my marketing team. Honestly, that's good.
My day job is in marketing.
I sell little kits for it. Be like, here's your sleeping pill, here's your melatonin, and like, there you go.
I guarantee you could definitely get like a valerian root like gummy company to like sponsor the movie.
Honestly, why have I not done this already? This is happening like this year because what?
Yeah.
You gotta take your kit with you, and if you don't take it, we take you out back to the pasture. I'm not telling you what to do there.
Maybe in the film, it's like the brand of like gummies that they're taking that, and that's what's making them have horny dreams.
Oh shit!
Just saying, you could pay for your movie.
Genius. That's genius.
Well, marketing is my day job. You give me too much credit, but I think that fever dream porn. I mean, come on, that's got to be you. That's got you all. Yeah,
like I said, fever dream porn. I can't give out all my ideas. They're good. I've got good ideas here.
I'm gonna stop pulling them out of you on purpose. So okay,
right?
Just remain open enough to have the rest of the interview, and then
they're gonna get me.
yeah. Okay, so horror porn. I'm just gonna shoot out some shit, and you tell me if you've done it or not.
Okay.
Obviously you've done vampire porn.
Yes.
Okay. Have you done like any hentai shit where you get fucked by tentacles?
I have not, but I have a huge fetish for that. So
okay. I know you've done Parasite. Do you want to explain to them what Parasite it is from your intimate, being able to do it?
Yeah. They do different storylines. With the storyline I was in, I had two other girls, and one of the girls basically came and they knocked on our door in a panic, and I opened the door, of course, like a stupid idiot. She comes in, has convulsions, and turns into this like infected person. And you get to see like the cool little transition and everything. And she then proceeds to jump on me when I'm not looking and infect me, and I infect my friend. And the way the infection happens is kind of like a xenomorph, which again, huge fan of aliens, so this is a huge like kink of mine. But yeah, I know I got a kink for xenomorphs. They're kind of hot.
Oh no, I totally get it.
Right, like something about them, like being able to rip your throat out, so hot. But yeah, like it's the main thing is you are covered in slime. You are covered in slime the whole time. It's very messy porn, so if you like weird porn, you'll love it too. And it's great. It's Ricky Greenwood, so it's fantastic production quality. He's got a great team, so it looks great. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also too, we should mention that when you're infected, it makes you so horny that you just like fuck everything.
Yeah, that's the main fucking thing. What the fuck? Yeah. So when you are infected with this little worm, you get so fucking horny that you just like grab the nearest thing to you. And that's the super hot part. You get feral. I got very feral with it. And I was working with it.
The makeup, like how much fun is that to have a makeup artist like make you look like an infected, you
It was my
know.
dream look. I have never looked better, honestly. I looked so good. They like put the contacts in and they were like, holy shit, wait, you look so good. And I was like, thanks. This is my final form, honestly.
One of them. I feel like you have many.
Yeah, possessed.
Well, on the red carpet, you definitely you definitely did look like a vampire, sort of like princess or queen or
Thank
something.
you.
Like the dress and the fucking.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a whole thing. Yeah.
Thanks. I was trying to get a look that would go with it. Next year, I'm gonna try to have a full set of armor. Because I have half a set of armor, but I don't have my full set. I think it's just so disappointing I can't go in with the sword as well. That's my...
They won't let you go to the awards with it?
I know, and it's blunted. I'm like, come on, dude, it's just a prop sword. What do y'all think I'm going to do? Commit mass murder?
Jesus. That's weird. I feel like it's super weird. Who's like, why are you not booked for the getting blown apart by tentacles yet? Who's not making that call?
I don't know who's not making that call, but they better make that call soon because I would love to be blasted apart by some tentacles. That's like my dream job. I think that like sitting on Cthulhu's face would be so nice.
Yeah. Do you want to explain to them who Cthulhu is?
Yeah,
and not in the Marvel universe.
So our good Lord Cthulhu. No, I'm kidding. So Cthulhu is a Lovecraftian god. He oversees everything, and he has a cult that like keeps getting prophetic visions. They're normal people, but they start out as like prophetic visions, and then you become part of the cult, and he entices you to awaken him. Because you're all within his dream the whole time. So basically, Lovecraftian, like that Lovecraft novel would say that we are all in Cthulhu's dream right now, even doing this podcast. We are in Cthulhu's dream. He could awaken at any moment, come out of the sea and destroy us all.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That's what we pray for in the cult of Cthulhu.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's good to define these things, and I feel like I love letting everyone define their own stuff their own way, because I find that everyone has their own unique, sort of intimate definitions of whatever. Because I think that's really, really important. Have you done like the zombie porn or like the plant attack porn yet, or no?
I have not done those yet. Okay. I've done like succubus porn. I've been a cult leader. I've been a witch.
Wait, what's succubus porn?
So succubus, it's like Jennifer's body stuff, sort of.
Okay.
I was Jennifer, but I was also a succubus. So a succubus is just like a female vampire that feeds off of sexual energy instead of, well, she also feeds off of blood, but it's sexual energy first, and then she devours and consumes your entire body. So she fully consumes you.
Through the pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So for those visual learners, let me describe. Vagina.
If you've ever seen American Gods, they do it in the first episode.
There you go.
Yeah. You can actually watch it happen.
Yeah. And you said you were a witch too?
I was a witch a couple times. I give off that vibe. I get that.
Yeah.
And, you know, the typical. I was like that like teeny bopper tarot card witch, and then I was like an actual scary witch. But not as scary as I wanted, because I really want there to be like, and I want to work on this, like a good Suspiria quality porn where it's like the witches are genuinely fucking creepy, you know?
Yeah.
Just to me, like, there's a lot of lore where witches are just cutesy, but like, I love me a story where a witch is unsettling, you know? The Witch, Suspiria, just, I mean, recently, what was it, Weapons?
Oh,
that witch, she was so off-putting, and it was like, ooh, yeah, like, I love this flavor of woman that's so unsettling like this.
Yeah, for sure. So they had you playing a teeny like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of vibe.
Very much so. Just like putting down tarot cards and like, oh, you have to fuck to break the curse type stuff, you know?
So who'd you have sex with in that scene? A dude, a chick, everybody?
I think that was with Nate Nasty.
Okay. You
Yeah.
love Nate Nasty.
Yeah. It
he's
was
great.
fun. It was a little Halloween episode, I think, for Teamski. It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. And then Peter King had me in a vampire feature with him and Leah Gotti. And it was so good. It was so well shot, and it was really beautiful. It was like my first horror feature, which was really fun, taking the time and learning that script and really like dedicating myself, because I was like, ooh, my first feature and I get to be a vampire. Like, it's big role, you know? I want to make like more vampire porn, because I know there's vampire now, but there's so many like cool vampire storylines you could explore. Anne Rice novels, you have Castlevania, you have like all sorts of like these cool vampiric, Carmilla, like cool vampiric concepts.
I would love a fucking Castlevania porn parody. What the fuck?
Me too.
Dude?
With Carmilla's women. Are you kidding me?
Dude,
like perfect four-way right there.
Well, and also there's like some weird shit going on in the Belmont family that you could have some sort of incesty fucking fun, you know, somewhere.
You literally you have so much porn dialogue with Castlevania. It's crazy. I mean, they themselves have sex, so it's like you can do Lenore and what's his name, do a dommy scene like that. Like, there's so much. That's my thing. Like, there's so much material to work with that hasn't been tapped into and won't be tapped into because people are stuck on algorithms, or as I've been told when I present certain ideas to people, it's too niche. And it's like, maybe it's niche because we're not tapping into it, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's why the industry and the fans need you in there making your own stuff, and then you can let the market decide, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we ask everybody on the show when you're doing a scene, I guess, or maybe even not, I mean, I don't know, it doesn't answer this from whatever perspective you want, from a mutual sex scene, it's you and a guy, a dom scene where you're more in control, your personal life, anything. When a guy comes, do you prefer the cum shot when there's going to be a cum shot or whatever, or maybe you like cum shot, whatever? We're going to find out. Do you prefer like a cream pie? Do you prefer it like a facial somewhere else on your body? Are you adverse to one or the other?
Huge fan of denial and, on the other spectrum, milking. So
okay.
I really like it being on my face because, like I said, I have a sensory issue. I'll do it for the scene, but it's also like, if it's for my own personal stuff, don't touch my face. I have decent tits, and it's like, why? Or I like it on my feet a lot lately too. I've been doing a lot of scenes where the guy will pull out and he'll put it on the soles of my feet. And it looks so good, and it hits every fetish, I feel, because you're already getting the fucking throughout this scene. And then you get that extra tidbit for the feet fans, you know?
Yeah. Okay, now, so when I love that answer because it's not an answer we get all the time, and that's why I love it so much. So when you do a facial for a scene, you said I'll do it for the scene, which is the performer in you, right?
Yeah.
Is there any part of it where you're like, because sensory, that would be hard with a sensory issue, number one.
But is there? It can be.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. But is there any part of you that's like, this is cool aesthetically, this is a cool, I feel...
I mean, there's been a few cum loads where I would literally tell them, hey, come take a few extra photos of this. I'm going to sit here while you take this, because like... And it's like, sometimes, you know, the artist in me can push past, so it's sort of like, okay, I'm okay with it if it's a decent cum load, you know, and try to get most of it in my mouth. You'll see me a lot in my scenes, actually. Dead giveaway.
Okay.
I'm a scooper.
Yeah. Well, Again, I love that answer. Because it's not what we normally get, and I absolutely like love to switch it up and like to have that. That's why I was so excited about interviewing you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
It's
for
my
sure.
first
And
interview, I think, first podcast.
no way.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't really
God.
do these very often. I very carefully select. I'm so careful about who I give my time to for real because I don't know. Stuff like this can be
Yeah.
taken so differently, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing that, and so I'm incredibly honored that you're here, and I'm incredibly honored that we made it happen. We're getting close to the end, and I'm gonna make this last like couple minutes fucking count, and
Hell
so
yeah, let's do
we're
this.
gonna have some fun. But I truly do appreciate it, and I'm gonna thank you at the end too.
Oh,
And I will, like, and I think that says a lot that you're willing to come on Sex Party, and that you gave such a great interview on the red carpet. It was like
you
we
were
didn't
one of
know
the
each other.
only interviewers that like said, come over to me and like knew my name, knew who I was. The rest of them were like, oh yeah, I've heard your name around. I was like, you don't know who the fuck I am at all. Like, not at all. Like, you and Austin King were the only two who knew who the fuck I was.
Well, I think I get really excited because I'm such a pop culture guy, and to me, porn is pop culture. And so I had seen your name go by on Twitter so many times, on Instagram so many times, and I think we had missed each other at the expo, like whatever, because I was being rushed around to different people to do interviews or whatever. And so when I saw you, I'm like, let's fucking go. And it was whatever. And so it was very like, I was very excited, and I love that. And people should know your name by now, for fuck's sake. And I think that you have an incredibly like insane future. And before we talk about that future, see that pivot, see that podcast pivot?
I saw that.
I do want to talk, and this is another question we ask all the time on the show. I do want to preface it just by saying I don't kink shame, you don't kink shame. I'm a freak, you're a freak, we're both weird, everyone's weird, we love weird. So
Weird.
with that in mind, actually prefer weird, but with that in mind, on OnlyFans, on Fansly, online, wherever you are, what are some of the most, and you sort of answered it earlier in that regard, but what are some of like the more like out there sort of like you get a request from a fan and you're like, oh my God, you have to read it 2 or 3 times, because fans can be specific.
They're so specific. And you'll get like customs where they're like, bend over through your legs and lick your armpit. And you're like, what? Like, how? What? You do that for me and I'll do it for you. Like, I got to see this first.
Demonstrate, motherfucker.
Right. Let's see the craziest, because I feel like I've just, God damn, I've seen so much and I've done so much, you know. I've had a lot of guys lately like ask for me to fist my own asshole. I think is the most extreme for myself, because I'm like, I feel like a lot of my fan base knows that I've had a crazy journey with anal, and I went from like completely despising it and only doing it for performance to recently like growing to like it a little bit. So I think that now they're taking that to the limit and they're like, well, you should shove a whole fist up your asshole then. And I'm like,
Sure, y'all are taking advantage.
Right. I'm
she
like,
just started liking it
into my asshole. Like, what happens when it turns into an Ouroboros, you know?
Well, if that's gonna happen to anybody, it's gonna be you, because you keep fucking summoning Cthulhu. That's why.
That's exactly what fucking happened. Cthulhu wanted me to be an anal Ouroboros.
Yeah. So
make that the title.
Anal or dude, I'm tempted. I'm tempted. Okay, so when you get, hey, I want you to shove your fucking.
You know, they never do, and I feel like that's something they should fucking get down before they request that from someone. Like, at least know which hand. And you know, I'm ambidextrous. I could do both.
Dude.
What I can't do is shove my entire leg up my asshole. I feel like that'd be physically impossible. There's a limit, fellas.
Yeah, you might be able to get a toe, maybe.
Ew, a toe in my butt.
Yeah.
I might like that.
Yeah. So when they ask you, what's the response? Hey, not yet? Or
I'm
let
just
me
like,
get my
no.
lube?
I'm a very dry responder sometimes. I'll just be like, no. I love to fuck with people. Like, I don't know. I think I'm genuinely just made to, when I was like a baby, a witch put a curse on me and they were like, you're gonna fuck with people your whole life. And now I like just casually fuck with people. So like my dry responses are never intended to be rude. They're just very dry. I watched too much Monty Python growing up.
Oh man, it's the best.
Mel
It's the
Brooks,
fucking
Monty
best.
Python, like they raised me. So now I'm very dry when I respond. And it's like sometimes I think that rubs people weird and you're like, but most
Yeah,
of
they
the
think
people,
you're
they're just
mad
like,
at
you're a
them.
hot girl, so you can talk to me however the fuck you want, mommy, you know? Like that vibe.
Okay. Well, interesting you said like you had a journey with anal and you didn't like it. Now you're like you've grown to start to like it and be I don't know, like one, have you had an orgasm from anal
I
yet?
had my first anal orgasm with my partner recently, and it was so fucking intense and so good. And honestly, like, it really helped me because, like, he's the one who taught me how to do anal in the first place because he's a crossover performer. And, like, I feel like there's no better place to learn about anal than from a man who does anal, honestly. Because, like,
Yeah.
you know, at least they take it too.
Experience points. Yeah.
Right. So he taught me how, and he like made sure I felt really comfortable about ever doing anal outside of scenes because like it's not very commonplace for us, but occasionally like we'll try it. And it like just casually happened, and I was like, "Oh wow, that was a little shocking. Holy shit, I think I like anal now," you know. But the second you even tweet that, thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna inform the masses because I'm impulsive," everyone is like, "Shove your fist up your asshole." Then, if you really are a true anal queen and you like anal, like shove your whole fist up your asshole.
and then your foot. Yeah.
Right, and then your foot. It's an escalating cycle. I'm telling you.
Well, that's again, I don't even have to you're like just setting up the next question for me because someone I dated had never done anal. We had tried it, whatever, and then she had an orgasm and she was like a different person after that. Like it is like could you in your own intimate way, can you describe like how that sort of changes or how good that feels and sort of changes your mindset around just like around even like stress?
Because I would say like when I first started anal, I think because I was both nervous about like obviously the nasties that go with anal, I was always nervous about like cleaning out and stuff. And then one day like it just happened, like an enema cleared on someone who was a big name, and I was super embarrassed, and I was like, oh fuck dude, this is so embarrassing. And then it was like after that, my shame just left my body. And I was like, I'm not even Catholic anymore. I've got nothing to feel guilty about. And it was like I started relaxing during anal. And it's crazy because I think I had a scene for private, and European companies have more hardcore anal scenes. So I was actually more submissive for this scene. And it was like a submissive cuck scene where I had like a masculine lead, and then I was a more submissive anal female, and then there was a cuck in the corner who was watching me. And I didn't come from this scene, but I really enjoyed it. Like I just enjoyed the whole process. He was great at it. Like it was just it was an enjoyable process, and I started to like anal a lot more. And then like I think 2 weeks after that, like I came from anal, and it was like it went from being like a weird rippy tight feeling to like a nice relaxed, I would say almost like if you can simulate like clit vibration at the same time, you really get that internal like full body orgasm, like a true full body orgasm.
Yeah.
Like it's in your soul. I think your soul comes, honestly.
Yeah, it's like up there. It's up there, like I would say, like from what I've been told and the situations that I've been in, that it's pretty close to like a cervical, like you said.
Yeah.
Like
It's one of the most intense, other than squirting, I think it is the most intense orgasm I've ever had.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how you know that you're doing it right, is when you're
Right,
for
exactly.
both, yeah, for
Yeah.
both parts. Do you have any advice to women or men out there that are scared of anal, that want to do it? Like, what would be
Um,
some tips?
Make sure you really, really want to do it before you start, especially in this industry, because it'll open a floodgate. Unfortunately, even though I love him, shout out to Riley, but unfortunately, my agent, when I first started, told me to just get that over with. I didn't hold on to my anal scene, and I ended up doing it for, I think, my second scene in this industry ever.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, everyone thought I liked anal after that. So I was pretty shortly after that booked with Mike Adriano. God bless him. I love him to death. But if you've ever had anal sex with Mike Adriano, he loves anal sex. So it can be an intense experience. Not that he makes a very comfortable set. Like he would never make
Sure.
anyone feel uncomfortable or anything, but it is a very intense experience, you know. So it's like, I opened up those floodgates very soon for myself before I was ready. So make sure that you are fully ready to really commit to that side of the industry. And make sure, you know, it's anal. Like, you will have your dirty days. Don't
Yeah.
like blame yourself or criticize yourself
No.
so harshly, you know, when it happens. Because that is one thing that happened to me. I like stressed the fuck out after it happened to me. I was like, oh fuck, like maybe, you know, this is gonna spread around and people are gonna shit talk me, you know.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. Like, it's okay.
No.
Like, you clean it up,
Yeah.
you move on with your life, you finish the scene, it's fine. People love that scene. Like, it gets re-released on 8 different sites every week, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course they do.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like,
yeah, and like, you're working with professionals, and this is the thing I want to say to like all the, civilian dudes out there. Look, you have to make your partner, man or woman, like, feel comfortable with
yes.
literally to open their asshole up, right? And two, if you pull out and you've got like if there's shit on your dick or it smells or whatever, be a fucking professional and a
Right,
kind person,
right,
and just fucking make him or her feel okay,
right.
and go take a fucking shower, get over it. Like, we
Yeah,
get through this shit with
civilians
like,
for sure, and professionals, because we're on set. You're gonna see a lot of gross stuff on set. This is not an industry for the meek or feeble. You have to be willing to, yes, occasionally get your hands dirty, you know, it's bound to happen. There's going to be
yeah.
times where someone's not fully cleaned out, but you know, you're sticking it in a place that wasn't really originally designed for that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the price you pay,
It
ladies and
is.
gentlemen.
I think that that's just the alchemic trade-off right there.
Yeah. Somebody, like, I saw something with the one scientist guy, the not astrophysicist, and he's like, he's talking about the stars and whatever. He's like, yeah. So just get over it
Right. Right.
is the idea
It
here.
is
Yeah.
a get over it thing. You know, it's like
Yeah.
bushes in this industry. Like, they're gonna come back. Get over it. Like, if you can't really stomach a mouthful of hair, do you really deserve women? Do you?
Wait, are people still like pressuring you or women to like shave your bush?
I see it every now and then. I'll see someone say it's unhygienic, which is crazy because it actually is your. But I'll see occasionally some man get butt hurt because
Ugh,
they want it to not look as mature as a bush looks, you know, because they're
yeah.
fetishizing women a certain way. And then I'll see it because they simply don't like the look. But it's also like there's 1,000 performers out there. Go find one that looks just like that porn star and fuck off, you know?
hmm The weird thing about that is, like, if you're into somebody, like whether it's a performer or like a person on the street or whoever, like when you're into somebody and they take their pants off, like,
You never
that's
know.
but you never know. So it's fun that way. But also too, it's so much fun that way. But also too, like that's an extension clearly of that person sexually, whatever. So why wouldn't you buy into? I don't understand the fucking logic. It's so weird.
I've never understood that either,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, if you're going to accept someone to the point where you're about to have sex with them, is something like that is that minimal about to really throw you out of that game?
Yeah.
Are you that shallow? Like, you should probably reconsider, like, if you should be having sex, because you don't seem emotionally mature enough to be having sex. If, like, someone takes off their pants, you see a little bit of hair, and you, like, are like, I can't do it. Like,
Could
I
you
get
imagine?
preferences and everything, but...
Yeah. But could you imagine, like,
I could.
somebody...
I feel like that would happen to me. I feel like that would definitely happen to me. I would be like, all right, buddy, get out of here.
Like, someone takes off... you take off your pants and someone's like... Oh my God. I can...
God is discriminatory against bushes. What the fuck?
That's fucking awesome. Okay, here at the end, even though I don't want to stop, but we're gonna stick to the plan.
I'm a gambler.
No, I could honestly, to be real, I would keep you here for another at least hour and a half, and I don't want to do that.
Dang.
So we'll see what happens with these next two questions. So one, and I'll say it so you maybe I'll buy you a little time to think. But what is something that you want to accomplish in the industry before this year is out? Because I feel like you have grand, we say here in Chicago, make no small plans, right? And I feel like you're someone
that's such a good philosophy. Yeah. I really like that. So I have accomplished my biggest dream actually this year, because I got taken on to an evil angel company, Mean Bitches, and Glenn King has been mentoring me to direct and cast for them lately, and it's been just a true dream come true, because it's one of the only pathways of femdom left in this industry, because femdom is dying out currently, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that right now, because it seems so prevalent online. But online sex workers are one thing. In industry, sex workers are a completely different thing. While we want that crossover, and I'm not using hierarchy to separate them, I'm just using this for an example of, we do not have enough platforms that are in industry that are displaying femdom materials. So Mean Bitches has been around for a while. John Stagliano mentored Glenn King, and John Stagliano, for those who don't know, created evilangel.com. He's also the reason why we have gonzo porn. He coined the term because back in the day, legislation said on an obscenity basis that porn must have a storyline. John Stagliano took that precedent and challenged it. He said, who's to say this isn't fucking art? If I see two people fucking, I think it's art. So he started filming things like that. And he's known as Butt Man because he would just go around and film random people's butts. And he really likes butt. The guy loves butts. Like, I've gotten to be on set with this man, and he really loves butts. He's a total sweetheart, wonderful man to work with. But Glenn King mentored under him, and he's also such a wonderful man, so kind. He loves the shit out of butts too. And so I've just gotten to learn under these giants, kind of. I got taken in by a stroke of sheer luck or manifestation. I don't know which one, because I was literally I would love to do direction in this industry. I've been saying it. I've had other directors be like, why aren't you BTS? You function like a BTS person, and you watch directors' cues so avidly, and you're very BTS vibe,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I've loved films since I was a little girl, and my dad showed me The Exorcist, and it shocked me so badly that I slept with my Bible for 3 months, because I was a Catholic little girl. And this this girl was fucking spinning heads, demonically possessed, and demonology was one of my favorite subjects to study with Catholicism, even as a kid. So it was just I've always loved film. I would say that I am a cinephile. I watch film avidly, you know, I'm always looking for the next best thing to watch and try to get an original storyline out of or create my own original storyline. So it's like Mean Bitches has allowed me to step into a space where I can learn from someone in a femdom avenue, which I do want to create for this industry too. And hopefully I can on my own by the end of the year. You know, that would be a huge yearly goal for me, is to create a new femdom avenue. Because I just think it's such a wasted opportunity. I look at girls in this industry who are extremely femdom archetypal, and they're not being pushed towards that direction, and they're directionless, you know? They're just casted as alt models or maybe brats or something. And I'm like, that's not a brat. Like, that's a dom. Like, I'll see it in their nature. So it's a lot of wasted talent that gets categorized in MILF, stepsis, those things that people get trapped into with our industry. You know, like I said, there's 1,000 roles that are not being fulfilled. And femdom can create avenues like that for it, you know, because it is a niche thing.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see what you do. Not only as a performer, but honestly, like, I'm looking forward to what you'll do as a director and a writer, because I think you have it written all over you, and from one cinephile to the other, like, I whatever. But also, I mean, I think all of you are athletes and artists at the same time, and I think porn is one of the only things that can allow someone to be an athlete and an artist both at the same time. Even though I do believe athleticism is artistry too, but whatever, you know.
Yeah,
You know, everything is art. Andy Warhol, come on, like, let's go. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I can't wait to see what you do, because I think you're gonna fucking blow some people's heads off in a really, really good way. Maybe you'll do a fucking Scanners porn parody where everyone's head blows
Hey,
up.
that'd be fucking
Yeah.
do a blog, like do all sorts of weird ass fucking cult movies too that like people have never heard of. I want to bring the era of porn parodies back too, because we used to have a shit ton of them, you know?
Yeah, I have to say this, obligatory. I have to say this because I say it every time someone brings up a parody. What are we doing that we're not casting Gal Ritchie as Charlie XCX in a porn parody? Why are we not doing this?
That's really good. I like that. We should do that. But like, what's the nature? Are we casting her with other pop icons? Are we?
I mean, I feel
Gal.
like
I worked with her. She's a sweetie. Like,
she's so nice. Yeah.
So it was really funny actually. I was once on set with Gal and I didn't know about her because, like I said, I used to be really porn illiterate. And I'm also autistic, so I tend to stem stuff that I hear back to people. And she was saying stuff in her accent, but I thought she was doing what I do, because occasionally when I speak, I'll just put on an accent, any accent, and I'll just start speaking in it, which I hope is not racist, but, you know, like, I just do it because I'm stemming something. And she was speaking in her accent, and I just started doing it right back to her. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so fucking sorry. Like, I'm not making fun of you. I'm so sorry. Like, I just love your voice. And it's really like scratching that itch in me that I have to say it back."
You Gal Ritchie.
I Gal Ritchie. I think I out weirded Gal Ritchie.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's fucking amazing. Final question. It is not going to be easy, Asteria Jade, but it will be fun. Okay.
Love that.
Ready for this? This is how we're closing it out. However this goes. I don't know. Top 3 horror movies.
Oh, my dream question. You knew exactly what to ask. This is such a loaded question.
I know it's hard.
So I'm going to go for campy. I'm going to go for psychological, and then I'll go for a slasher. So
give me 3. I
think my favorite campy movie is probably The Blob. I fucking fuck with the 1983 Blob.
Was just gonna fucking
so good. I like the 50s one, but the 80s one, y'all, if y'all have a chance, first of all, the SFX are so fun to look at. It's like a huge ball of bubble gum going around a town, like swallowing people. What's not to love about it?
No, it's
and
amazing.
Like the acting is so over the top, ridiculous, like campy. Yeah. And I really liked it. It's comparable to Cabin Fever to me. I really, really like that, like campy, tropey horror. And then I would say for psychological, my favorite would probably be A Cure for Wellness.
Heard of it, haven't seen it.
Love A Cure for Wellness, so much so that I made my merch inspired by a scene in it where she was in a bathtub full of eels, and it was just so off-putting, and it was so funny. I was just getting into like camera, like tech gear when I was watching it. And I'm like, wow, I wonder how much this camera costs, because like it's so beautiful and the reflections are so reflective and like the water shimmery. I go and look it up. It's a $250,000 camera. I was like, that's a little out of my budget, but like this is a really beautiful film.
Yeah.
But it's really creepy. It's got Mia Goth and Jason Isaacs in it, and it's just it's very off-putting. So I would say that for sure. Before that, it was Suspiria. I'm going to throw that in there. Before that, it was Suspiria because I just love Suspiria.
Which version, the newer or the older?
Both. That's the only time I will say a remake was just as good as the original because I was shocked. I was blown away with how well they did an Argento film remade.
Yeah, for real.
And for slasher... I just recently watched one that I think should be on the radar of more people because it really it reminded me, and everyone might judge me for this, but it reminded me of an upscale Tarantino film, as if Tarantino was a more sophisticated writer, he would have written this one. And I love Tarantino. That's not to dog at him. He's not my favorite personality, but his films are gorgeous. Who doesn't love his films?
What a great statement, by the way. Yeah, he's losing it for some reason. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't like his statements. He went after my boy Paul Dano. You can't go after Paul Dano.
I think he's upset because he painted himself into a corner. I'm only going to do 10 films. He made such an amazing film with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now he's stuck. So he's lashing out at everyone. Yeah.
He shouldn't have cornered himself in. Just come out and be like, I'm just kidding. I make too good of films. That's all you got to do. No one's holding you hostage except for yourself.
Just raise the number to 15. Let's go.
Right. Let's just keep raising it every 10 years,
Yeah.
Just do what the government does. Lie to us about it. I never said 10 films. What the fuck are you talking about?
That never happened.
I'd buy it just for more artistic production from that man. Totally. But the film is by a small producer called JT Molnar. It's called Strange Darling. And it's shot on 35 millimeter. And it is so good. It's got a great complexity to it. The writing is fantastic. It's shot well. Willa Fitzgerald and Kyle Gallner are such good actors in it. And it's got the best twist in it. It's the pacing is beautiful.
I own it. I haven't watched it yet because I haven't had time. But
when you get time, there's your film suggestion. I'm telling you, it's gorgeous. It's very cool. And it would actually make... And no one steal this idea from me or I'll stab you in the face. A great porn parody.
Well, we know who can make it.
If I get 35 millimeter and I can make it the right way.
Dude, I feel like we can. We can find you the funding. It's the Valerian root gummies, remember?
Bet, you're right.
I don't know. I have no idea.
What the hell? I'll just speed run the Scientology Center and get it.
I borrowed the 35 millimeter from Ricky Greenwood.
Well, there we go. Ricky, I have a project.
I'm just gonna borrow this.
You'll love the project, okay? Just let me take it for a minute.
Asteria Jade, thank you so much for being with me on Sex Party. It's been an absolute fucking pleasure.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for understanding after our first I felt like I ghosted you the first time.
You did ghost me, but all is forgiven. All is good. I actually give people 3 shots. So if you...
Oh, damn. You're a better person than me. What?
Well, I might be lowering it to 2 because it's just... I'm getting too busy.
To 2. In this industry, I would lower it to 2.
I only have 2 people on the I will not record with them list. So
I'm going to get that answer from you from my podcast.
Anytime you want, I'm available. Anytime you want. Let's tell these horny, blood-soaked partygoers in the audience where they can find you not only online, like so like, you know, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, more importantly, where they can find you online and just dump out like coffins, buckets, baskets full of cash all over you.
Yeah, I'll be in the various shadows of the places you dwell. I'll be in your toilets. No, watching you. I am the government. I surveil all of you. You can find me on Twitter at walrus-simp. No, wait, that's walrus_simp. It goes a various amount of ways. Instagram, it's the official walrus simp. And I don't really have that much of an online presence. Please do not discover my TikTok. Let's see. Don't find me at the grocery store. I'm probably sniffing cheese.
Okay. Yeah. And so what about like OnlyFans, Fansly, wherever else you are there?
OnlyFans, I'm on there. It's walrus-simp.
Okay.
And Fansly, I'm also on there. I think it's the same as my OnlyFans.
Amazing. Well, I would absolutely love to have you back. We'll have to chat when we disconnect from recording here in a second. But thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Anytime. We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Huge thank you to my guest, Asteria Jade, for being with me on the show this week. Had a fucking blast with her. If you're loving Asteria Jade, she will be back on the show in the future. She may pop up in a special or two. I don't know. She'd be the perfect guest to have for a Halloween special. So I guess we'll have to see. But let's say you are loving all of the guests. You're still on board with all my wacky bullshit as a host. How can you show that love for the podcast and also make sure you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday? I'm glad you asked. If you're listening to this on platforms like Apple or Spotify, you could leave a rating. You could leave a review. That would mean a lot to me. But more important than that, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're subscribed to the show so you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday, especially if you're subscribed or you think you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts. They've been doing this weird thing where they're unsubscribing people from certain shows for whatever reason. We still don't know. So let's check on your subscription. Go to Apple Podcasts, go to Sex Party with Dustin Rybka. In the upper right-hand corner, if you see a pause button, unfortunately, your subscription has been paused. Don't panic. Simply tap the pause button, toggle on down the drop-down menu to resume subscription, resume download. Boom, you are resubscribed. If you're watching on YouTube, I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for over 5,000 subscribers and growing. If you're watching on YouTube, what horror movie do you want to see Asteria Jade do a porn parody of? Let me know in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to show some sort of emotion towards the show, love, hate, desire, rage, bewilderment, confusion, sadness, anything, right? But you also want to make sure you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday. What can you do? Well, you could like this video. You could dislike this video. You could do that to all the videos. You could leave a comment on this video. You could leave a comment on all the videos. Positive or negative comments, I will get back to you just the same, right? So if it's nasty, leave it. If it's nice, leave it. I will get back to you in due time. We'll have a conversation. But the main thing you want to do, right, if you want to make sure there's a show for you to be upset about or love on Wednesdays, is subscribe to the channel. That way you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday. As always, I'm available in the DMs on Instagram. And I will see you all right back here next week.
Thanks for listening. The party continues next week. Click subscribe and let's make this a regular thing. Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at SexPartyFM. Follow Dustin at Dustin Rybka.